Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're fine and well. So we've had a very busy week, and you all know what I'm talking about. Okay, we've had some very interesting monetary policy statements. We've had some very interesting overnight rate. We've had some very interesting rate cuts. We've seen United States Fed decided not to call their rate at all, and we've seen on Thursday. Particularly on Thursday, we've seen the President Lagarde had a speech, had a conversation with the press, and she said she's still leaning towards the bearish part. She remains weak. I want to quote her very well right now. She said the economy is set to remain weak in the near term, said Lagarde. That's what she said. So we have the ECB president stating that she's still leaning towards the bearish side of the economy, and we've had French fund rate in the United States saying they're still quite solid, they're still very confident that the economy is readjusting to the old multiple rate cut that happened last year, and they think since we've been having a very decent inflation rate drop consistently, so that has been really helpful to the economy gradually. And to be candid, he was right. All right, but we're going to talk about all of that when I come back. So first of all, I'll be starting with what happened during the week fundamentally. So we've had the Bank of Canada cutting 25 basis points, and also the French fund rate in the United States. The FOMC statement came out and they decided not to cut rate at all. And if you check DXY right now, it seems like DXY is just going back up gradually. Okay, it is still not very it's not very strong yet. Okay, we still don't have a very significant push to the upside yet on DXY. However, it is getting closer, which is very significant and very helpful to me, especially to my dollar trades. All right, and on Thursday we have the main refinancing rate in the eurozone, whereby we caught the Fed cut 25 basis points in Europe. All right, and we had Lagarde also saying that the economy is set to remain weak in the near term. Expectations of recovery remain in place. Okay, so all these things in a nutshell, what Lagarde was trying to say, what she was trying to say is basically that she's still leaning towards the dovish side of the market of the economy. There's high possibility that there's still more cut in the near term. All right, so I mean, everything is set on. Okay, that means the pair you want to be looking forward to short will probably be euro dollar, the likes of euro pairs. You want to look into shorting them if you see a very good technical support, that setup or that call or that bias, literally. All right, so that's more like everything we have. And just another important thing that we had on Thursday was the advanced GDP, the advanced quarterly GDP in the United States got slashed by 0.4% from what was forecasted. Okay, so now before we jump straight into the other part I would like to share, the fundamental part, let's quickly take a look at what is happening to DXY. So we've had a very decent run in the last couple of days since we had the market coming to retest the 107.20. all right there, 107.20 at this junction right here, this region. Okay, we've seen a very good rejection all the way back to the upside, as you can see right there, a very decent rejection from that bottom. And this is because it also coincides with the Fed fund rate, Trump saying one or two things in the market. You know, Trump has been saying so many things anyways. I think he still said a couple of things in like a few hours ago when he said any country trying to replace USD will face tariffs. He just said that like 3 hours ago. So that is very profound from Trump. All right, so we've had all these things that are still signaling a very strong dollar, and technically, like I said earlier, that we still have a very strong USD, okay, in the near term, literally. Okay, and then looking at the fundamental parts before I jump to the trade I have running. So as you can see right here, the US economic heat map, you can see that the GDP growth dropped by 0.4%, which was the data that was released on Thursday. And the manufacturing PMI still remained the same. I think we've covered this in the past couple of videos, because all the data haven't really changed except the GDP, and the significant one that was changed recently is this initial jobless claim, the unemployment claim. And that is very interesting. Why? Because in the last 2 weeks we had 17,000 increase in the initial jobless claim, which is not very good. This one right here. And then the week before that, which was last week, the week after that, which was last week, we had a 2,000 increase in the initial jobless claim. But this week we had a very serious one, because we saw a drop of 17,000 people claiming that they don't have a job in the United States. That means unemployment rate is also dropping. By next month, when we'll be having NFP and unemployment rate, I'm very sure we're likely going to get a stronger NFP and a much stronger, or a more, we'll likely see unemployment rate drop by maybe 0.1%, or it might even remain the same, literally. But I personally don't see unemployment rate increasing to probably going back to 4.2% or even higher than that, in my own personal opinion. And this is still speculative because we don't really have the actual data just yet. And that said, you see that, like I said earlier, I'm still leaning towards a bullish dollar, okay, until I see a clear break below the 107 region. I'm still gonna lean towards buying dollar or bullish dollar at the end of the day. Okay, but if dollar is gonna do me well and we're gonna see a very good pump on dollar, I want to see it break above 108 region first off. Okay, if you break above that region, then I can start probably adding up to my trades like USD CHF, USD CAD, and then let me quickly show you my USD CHF trade. So this USD CHF trade, this is a trade that has closed me out a couple of times. Okay, I've taken this like the third entry I'll be having on USD CHF, and I hope this is not the last, because as the trade actually moves up, okay, as the trade progresses up and pull back, I would likely add up to the trade. Okay, add up to the trade as it goes up. All right, provided that dollar remain strong. Okay, so if anything happened and it got dollar weakened, we'll likely see a rejection down there, and that would not be very, very interesting for me, literally, for my trade. USD CAD also, I held on to a buy trade since, I guess, since Monday. No, since last week Friday. I've been holding this buy trade, and you can see what happened last night when Donald Trump said that he's planning to increase Canada and Mexico, tariffs to 25%. He said he's still leaning towards that area. Now we saw the big, very interesting pump on USD CAD. I have a friend that actually took a very decent profit on this trade, but as you know me, I'm still targeting. My target is still very close to the top, but it's still fine. I know it was like the profit was automatically dashed in less than an hour. It was slashed into half. But let's see if this is actually very strong. If the tariffs and the whole story behind the US, Canada, Mexico tariff, everything, okay, this is very strong, and it's gonna be a reliable stuff in the next couple of weeks, okay, then I have a very good entry on USD CAD. And on Edge Finder as well, USD CAD is still very much reading a bullish, has a very good reading right there with a score of 6, which is very interesting for the trade. All right, and lastly, I took a sell on GJ, which is also doing extremely well right now, as you can see right there. This is another reason why I've not really taken a short on GU, because I already have so much trade I'm holding, so there's no point in going too crazy on all of this. So this GJ trade is also running very, very well right now. And lastly, the trade I'm holding again is Bitcoin. I've been buying Bitcoin. I bought Bitcoin on Monday this week, and so far so good. It's still hovering. It's finding it hard to break above 106,000. Okay, it's finding it so hard to break above that. If you get that area broken, we might finally test 110k before we get a very massive dump. But anyways, this trade has already been traded around here. I think somewhere around here on the 1 hour time frame anyways. So I can't lose this. I can't lose any money on this trade again. But definitely the profit I had going on would probably get reduced. And as the case may be, I think this is something like that on this trade. I just have this put there. It doesn't matter. All right. So that's more like everything I have for you today. You can stay close to the chart, stay close to my handle. Don't forget to follow, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if anything changes, I will keep you updated. But for now, it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. So go ahead, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.